Well, we'll try this again. I don't know why that signal dropped out here. It's usually fairly good. I guess I could do a video and post it. It just ain't the same as interacting with y'all live. So I don't know where we cut off, but I deleted it and we'll just start over. But looks like some more rain clouds coming, and I'm not complaining. This, as I was saying, this old garden had all the weeds pulled up, but ain't nothing like a fresh rain to show you the green dots that you missed. So we've been messing with those a little bit this afternoon. Had some work to do this morning. I've still got the pepper garden to kind of get weeded out. But I think we show half an inch on that old I Love Texas rain gauge over there. Got from my good friends over at TX Traders. But some of this field, I believe, it had a little different rainfall on it. I was out here picking up this corn. Those of you that know much about it, a little wind will knock it over and don't hurt it. Roots are still in there, but kind of need to stand it up, help it back on its feet a little bit. So we was doing that this afternoon, and I was reminded, I grew up in East Texas, I was reminded about that humidity and why everything's so green out here. It's like a big old greenhouse. And wasn't hard work, it wasn't really even hot, but goodness, I was sweating buckets out there, and it'll take it out of you quick. I was in the middle of that bog, I call it. It's just a spot where it kind of drains through. I didn't put the potatoes in what I call the canal. It kind of comes on through. You can see some of that corn still down. I just ran out of steam. I'll get it in the morning. I ain't going through that again. I was out here about 2, I guess it was 2, 3 o'clock, somewhere along in there. Maybe later. Anyway, and I got bogged down. I don't know if it swallowed me, but I didn't go deep enough in it to find out. I was almost up to my knees, and Miss Debbie from down the road had stopped by to get some eggs. I didn't see her, and I was about to look up and holler for Jordan to bring me one of them little saplings for me to strap on my back so I didn't sink to China. And I looked up, she said, "You need some help?" You about bogged down out there. But talk about farm fresh. I cleaned out my egg supply last night. We don't keep them over about 2 days with the demand, even though we get a couple dozen. But take a bunch over to Dad, and he distributes out among friends and family. So I didn't have quite a dozen ready, so we just picked them right out of the nest. And she took them with her. I don't reckon you can get much fresher than that, can you? Well, it's been battle royale around this place with that baby, or that hen and those hatching babies. They still hadn't pipped yet. We're fine on timeline. But they gathered that clutch up for 6-7 days, so got to look at a window of time on either side. But we've been making lots of tracks out there to that chicken house for sure. Guess we can check that rain gauge again. Yep, it's like half an inch and maybe a little bit out of that. But we'll sure take it. But they, of course, saw that snake yesterday. Those of you that saw the post. After I did the video the other morning, and he got away from us, and so we saw him a couple of times. We got a void, just the way the construction is on tying in this new house to the old house, and that's where some rats play, and so obviously the snakes are going to come. We was playing tag and hide and seek with him all day. Come out here last night, but before all that, I seen him up there in that roof. I need to go get my flashlight yesterday afternoon to see if I could see him up in there. And lo and behold, there wasn't one in the Nandinas in the front. So the Nandinas got trimmed. Yeah, not very pretty, but in the midst of a snake killing, the Nandinas got trimmed. But that ain't no big deal. But got that one out there, and then to see, I'm hoping it was the same one. That one last night was a big one. And I normally walk in this door. We'll go check on that. Yeah, I did look for one in there a while ago. I don't want to encounter a snake on this video, and you'll see what kind of close quarters we was dealing with. But I normally walk in through this door, and Jordan suggested we go around the back way. It was dark, and it was a good call. Let me make sure I ain't gonna just jump in here after last night. But so I come in right here, and he was right up in here, big old thing. I think I'd have probably passed smooth out on the ground if that had happened. But we got to sneak up on him. She's doing good. I guess she's getting a little restless here on the 21st day. She's got 7 eggs underneath her. And there ain't nothing in here for y'all. Get on out of here. They just nosy. Get on out. She don't need no extra distractions. So we killed a snake last night. 2 yesterday, actually. We killed that one last night. I was bent down there checking the eggs, making sure everything was good, and Jordan was on watch on my orders because I sure didn't want to get in there at 9, 10 o'clock at night. Heard another noise. The little baby possum that I spared the other day from the front porch decided he was going to come in there and see what was going on. I didn't kill him. He ain't big enough yet. I'll get him at some point if he keeps fooling around, because they'll get you eggs too. But I just snatched him up by his tail and tossed him outside. George's eyes were big. I think everything in the woods is coming in here right now with these chickens ready to hatch. We can kind of stay out of each other's way until that goes, but she's helpless and trapped in there, and she can only do so much in protecting, so we got to fill in the gap. Everybody's got their own opinion on killing those rat snakes, but I'm not out to kill them all. But that's the chicken house, and that's our food and egg production. So guess what? I'm the apex predator here. I get to decide. So all of you that disagree with that, y'all can come on out here and catch all the snakes you want. I'll give them to you. I am going to see if we can control the rats a little bit better and slow down the traffic. But y'all see all that? There's plenty of hunting grounds out there. So those that decide they want to come on up in here, well, if they get in the way and start messing around, then we'll just have to make a decision. And they'll probably lose their mind over it, literally. Just how it's going to be. No argument. It's our place, so that's how it goes. I think that's what them red, white, and blue stripes are for, isn't it? But ain't no sense in being ugly about it. I'm not about just going out willy-nilly killing everything. Everything's got its place. Snake's place is not the chicken house, and that's that. But man, I got tomatoes running out the ears. I think Miss Debbie's going to take a few of them. My aunt's going to take some of them, and I may put some on Facebook for the locals here. I got tickled thinking about pricing. Of course, y'all, I know y'all'd love to have some. I'd love to ship them to you. I guess I could do like one of them old infomercials and give you the second, say one for $1 and give you the second one free, plus shipping and handling of $100. That's about how they do it. Think you get something free and they get you on the shipping, don't they? Oh well. Well, hey, I missed roll call the other evening. I've been wanting to stay on track with a few thoughts. Let me see, we've got questions and comments, I'm sure, after all those stories. Let's see who all's on here this evening. About to get wet, I believe. Oh, I'm standing on my rainwater contraption. How y'all like that? Got it all cleaned out. Still, I'm a man. I didn't put up all the stuff. There's the Dawn sitting over there on the table, and got it all cleaned out. There ain't no chemicals in it. I toted all the rainwater that came down yesterday, and I got a long ways to go to fill this thing up. Look there, it's just barely over the nozzle. We'll keep adding to it. And it's kind of nice watering this these new sets I did tonight. Just kind of watering them in. Didn't have to use that old chlorinated water. Just got it out of the old. That's a modern cistern right there. Dad was telling me his grandparents grew up on a cistern out in Hempville, Texas, and said that water wasn't always the best, you'd have to admit. And, they didn't have running water out that way. It had old screens and everything on it, trying to keep bugs and all out. Didn't always work. Anyway, we won't be drinking none of that unless it got real bad. Hope it don't get like that, but it'll be good for watering things. Somebody made a comment, I think my good friend Ladina, about that old compost tea. Y'all, I am a believer in that stuff already. I'm using that rainwater collecting it. We'll keep going. Y'all can see these tomatoes. It's going to be kind of hard to see scale on here, but I hadn't walked too far out in the pasture. One of these bigger ones here, I was putting that compost tea on along the way, and you can see that orange pot marks the spot, and you can see the difference in the size of the plants. They're all healthy, but those are without, and those are with, about twice the size. So I don't know. I'm gonna put it on the tee. Just old grass and weeds out of the pasture and rainwater. Let it cook for about 24 days in that water and just dilute it a little bit. Don't want it too dark, really, so you can stretch it. And just put it on the plants. And there's all the nutrients they need. Not bad. I hadn't fertilized. I do have a little fertilizer in the hole. I do, on all of them. But it's about 6 inches deep. I doubt them roots have quite hit it yet. But I'm pretty impressed with that stuff. It was free. It was already here. Can't beat that. It's a pretty good price. Well, I got distracted. ADD. I'm looking at all my coffee cups laying around here. All right, let's see here. There's back up a little bit, Joel. There's Miss Misty. How are you, ma'am? Good to see you. Brian and Deb, how are you? There's Miss Karen Smith. Good evening to you too. The Ada's on. Let's see. Gina. Read these comments for later. It won't make sense on YouTube if I don't. Them old snakes will definitely make you move fast. Hate it when they sneak up on me. Y'all, that room ain't 8 by 10. And me and that snake got on the floor last night, and I thought it was a 2 by 2. I was stepping and fetching, and whew, that was rough. Jordan left. He was outside holding the light. I'm yelling for things that didn't exist. we finally got that thing. Whew. Back and forth. It'll make you hurt yourself. There's Patty. 3.5 inches. My goodness. They got it bad down Central Texas way. Still connected to some news stations down there, and I see some alerts coming through, a lot of high water calls. That's something else. Y'all don't take no risk. Ain't no sense in it. We're Texan. That's proof enough that we're tough. So you ain't got to prove your ignorance by driving through anything over at the bottom of that tire. Ain't no sense in it. Just turn around. It'll wait. Believe me, you're going to get more delayed messing with a high water rescue if you make it than you would if you'd went another route or just called out. No sense in it. Turn around. Don't do it. Hello, Joel, the snake wrangler. No, y'all. No, the snake killer. I ain't wrangling none of them. Let's see. Terry, no, we do not have baby chicks. Do not. I'm trying to avoid the traps of a newbie, and I've been reading a lot and checking things out, and the prevailing thing is just be patient. So I am. They're fine. Mom's good. So we'll just be patient. I'm checking on them pretty regular. I'm pretty confident we'll be able to get some video of some of the action, as long as it don't happen at 4 o'clock in the morning, because I ain't gonna be out there then. But we'll see. There's Brian and Deb again. Yep, you're right. Got to watch them possums. I can keep them possums out a little easier though. It's than those snakes. There's Miss Melinda from Oregon. Possum tosser. That's right. Miss Gina. That's right. Miss Teresa's on. How are you? Guineas will kill snakes. Yeah, I thought about getting us a couple of guineas. I've always liked them old crazy birds. They mean as a rattlesnake though. They're funny critters. I don't know how they get along with these chickens. I guess we can throw a couple of them out here and see what happens, right? Won't hurt. And there's Patricia from North Carolina. Yeah, that's right. Time to sit on the porch with those maters. It's getting there. It's getting there. Tomatoes about 10 inches tall at this point, late spring up here. Yes, sir, mine are the ones I've got started over there. I'm gonna give away. They were about 8 or 9 inches, and I've repotted them and pulled the seed leaves off, and put buried them up to the hilt there. So they've been climatized. They're ready to plant. Carolyn's in Rainey, Missouri. Miss Carolyn likes to know the egg count. We got 21 today, Miss Carolyn. So that's another good day. Miss Caroline Hammer's on. Glad I got the snakes. Oh, me too. That's right. And now I'm seeing a booger bear behind every tree. Everything in that stinking coop is a snake now. I don't know. Anyway. There's Brian and Deb again. Thank you. Hey, Miss Terry. How are you? Good friend up in North Richland Hills. Made it in time. Yes, she did. She was in the middle of a grass project up yonder. Thank you. Carrots are doing fine. Actually, I planted some new carrots yesterday that Miss Debbie had given me a while back. And I'm going to have some fun with those if they make. They will. They were the pelletized seeds. So you could actually grab one seed. You know, if you've ever planted carrots, you just kind of broadcast them and have to thin them. Well, these seeds were the pelletized type. And I was able to plant them at the right intervals. Now, they're the colored carrots. So I'm looking forward to seeing those make. And boy, I'm going to have a time fooling those kids on the elementary series with pulling up different colors of carrots. That'll be a lot of fun. See if they can guess which color. I think they're purple and red and yellow. Y'all know the colored carrots, but that'll be fun. So it's starting to rain a little bit behind me. I got to get through this here pretty quick. We actually harvested some carrots this evening. Thinned out the big ones over here. If y'all remember last time we had baby carrots because we just didn't let them grow big enough, and this time we got some a little more size to them, so we thinned them out and let the other ones grow. And the onions are coming on. We're doing all right. There's my sweet darling Faith. Tried to call her back. We moving in different ways, I guess. But we'll catch up pretty quick. Malakoff's getting storms. There's Vicky. Find us. Well, it's in a picture post. I think a couple of posts ago, Vicky, the snake story. Faith saying hello. Emily, that's right. Turn around, don't drown. Mike's in California. Don't want to get too deep into this because, to be honest with you, it's a little emotional for Jordan and Faith and I all. Yesterday marked a rough day for us a year ago. Faith put a lot of time and effort into raising a guide dog for a CNI organization, National Guide Dogs for the Blind. Really neat organization. But long story short, she raised a little puppy, and beautiful dog, sweetest thing you ever seen. And called her Malta. And she graduated, moved to South Carolina, had to get things settled before she could bring Malta with her. And Malta was just a little bit too skittish to make the grade, but super smart dog and unbelievable family pet. And so she was allowed to adopt her. And Jordan and I was taking care of her. Jordan loved her to death. And we moved up here, and that little thing didn't know any better. And we was unpacking boxes about 2 nights in, and she was in this backyard. And somehow the gate was propped or popped or wherever. We had Abby out there, and Abby's kind of rambunctious. And we come out, and the road got her. It was a pretty rough night. But the strangest thing, and y'all can say what you want, but I think it's pretty cool. Jordan and I was fighting that snake last night. We got done, and he didn't even realize what day it was. I'd thought about it that day, but really, it's sad enough. We just have to remember the good stuff. But I was walking back toward the house. I said, Dad, I heard a dog earlier, because I went to church and he was on watch out there. I said, today? He said, yeah, it sounded like a puppy whining. I said, oh yeah? He said, where? It's in the chicken house. No, it's probably one of them chickens making them goofy that way. He said, oh, all right. So we walking toward the house, and I heard it. It sounded like it was coming from over yonder. I said, well, I heard it too. There's an old dog across the street, so I figured that's what it was. And went and looked, and he was laying down still. Stopped whining. Jordan went in the house. I making myself busy doing some things. Heard it again. It was coming from over there, and it came from over here. So I got the flashlight, went and got Jordan. I actually videoed it. It's just dark, but I got the sound. And it was a dog whining, no doubt. And after me and him walked the place, and we walked down yonder toward the end of the driveway where we'd found her. And we got down there. It was the last we heard of it. Hadn't heard it since. So I think it may have been her way of just saying everything's okay. She's still here on the place with us. But boy, it was a rough one. I got to get off of it. I'm gonna get choked up. And my daughter's watching too. But we love that little dog. And Abby, we lost her. Both family pets within a week of each other on this old silly road. So those of you that ask about Hudson, just know he's fine. But he is not coming out of that house because he's too rambunctious. And I can't go through losing another one. So he may not be the best dog in the world, but I'm not going to go pick another one up off that road. I couldn't do it. It's two in a week was enough. So he's happy, and we'll walk him on a leash and let him roam when we're with him, but he just cannot have free rein. So I know my cousin Donna grew up across the road, and they lost every dog. This old Woden Road, for y'all that travel it, it's not 75 through here, it's 50. And I hope you get a ticket if you're going any faster. And that's that. So, all right, well, I gotta get off the negative and get back to being positive, right? But hope y'all have a good evening. Looks like we're gonna get a little rain here, and all is well. Look at here, snuck up on if you don't like that. But we should be having some new life and new chickens here before too many days pass. And lots of vegetables for sure. Well, my goodness, I've rambled, I guess, almost 30 minutes. I need to shut my big trap, don't I? See who else is on. We'll get out of here. Scatter mustard seeds. I have not. Connie, I'll have to check into that. I got plenty of mustard seeds coming on out there from spring planting. We harvested a few batches of them, but there's all of them are going to seed, so I've got plenty of free ones. I could try that. I'll look into it. Thanks for that tip. And let's see, there's Miss Margaret up drying out in eastern Kansas. And saying dogs are truly the best friends. They are. They're pretty special critters. All right, y'all have a good evening. Be the light, and I guess we'll check in toward the weekend. Make somebody smile. They'll thank you for it, whether they say it or not. Y'all have a good evening.